is you're going to get a brand new notebook, and it's going to be a goal notebook. And in this particular notebook, I have a 3-year-old daughter. I put a couple pictures of her right here just to keep me motivated. That's sort of my why. But every day what I do is I write the date. I started this time, December 31st, 2016. I write 10 or 15 goals. And all of our speakers have reference goals, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that at all. Although I think that out of these goals, you want to have at least 5 that are very specific Legal Shield goals. And then of those 5, you got to ask yourself, what's my most important one that can make all of my other goals happen? Okay, I believe that our team having 50 people qualify and being in Vegas, that's an important goal. It's also an important goal for us to have 1,000 people in Oklahoma City this year. Those are my 2 most important Legal Shield goals. Okay, and right now, what I'd like you to do as you listen along with me is write down what your 5 main Legal Shield goals are right now. 5 Legal Shield goals right now. If you go ahead and do that as we're going through the training. And please, by the time you get up out of your seats for this session today, have your 5 Legal Shield goals. What are the 5 most important to you? Okay? Whatever you want. Okay? This exercise, I'd like you to do, I'm challenging you to do for 31 days. Okay? The goals could be what you're going to do today. One of my goals right now that I'm writing down, it's not a Legal Shield goal, but it's to raise $12,500 for our charity this month for our Super Bowl pool. So that's a goal that's on my list. Another goal on my list is to weigh 185 pounds with ripped abs and huge, well-defined muscles. That's a goal. Now, that goal doesn't really have a deadline because I always like to keep that goal. Right? I'm not really there with the abs yet, but I'm about 187 in case anybody was wondering. Thank you very much. One of my goals is to have the company be at 15 million families covered by December 31st, 2020, making us the #1 direct sales company, also making us the #1 offer as voluntary benefits and becoming the #1 direct sales company in the world. I mean, that's an important goal. And so some are more long distance, long term, and some are shorter. It's good to have a mix of them. Okay? Very first thing you're going to do every day is write down 10 or 15 goals. It's going to take work to do this. Today I woke up and I didn't feel like doing it. I wanted to rush down and have breakfast and stuff, but I still got up a little bit earlier and did it. I did it yesterday when I was in Atlanta. I had to get up at 6:45 before a meeting to be able to get that. It's discipline. Okay? But I challenge you to do it. The second thing that you're going to do is you are going to write what you're grateful for. A good friend of mine gave me a gratitude journal, which makes it easier, and it's got very dates on it, but you could do it on the other side of that paper. But every day I write down at least 3 to 5 things that I'm grateful for. I'm grateful for Sheila and Carlos, who are amazing people. They did an amazing job running this weekend. I'm thankful for our Legal Shield lawyers that get up every day and work way harder than I do to service us and our members every single day. So write down 3 to 5 things that you're grateful for. Any speaker that you ever see, from Tony Robbins to Jack Canfield, is going to say that being grateful in the morning is one of the best ways to approach your day. Third thing that you're going to do is write down in your notebook, right under that, just what you did yesterday to accomplish your goals. 3 to 5 things that you did. And sometimes that's hard to do. Well, I wrote my goals, I exercised, I did a couple 3-ways, I did a conference call, and when you really look at the end of your day, sometimes it's startling to say, you know what, how am I going to do? How am I going to get 10 recruits when I didn't even prospect anybody yesterday, right? So making sure that you are accountable to yourself. So the third thing that you're going to do is just that. And then the fourth thing that you're going to do, John referenced this, and this is work that I've been doing since I'm in my mid-20s, because I did not have the confidence that it took to get in front of the room. I didn't have a confidence to be a big leader in the company. So I started doing affirmations at the not at the request, but at the what's the word I'm looking for, John? No, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to move on. That's okay. At the bequest of others. Anyway, I'm going to read you my affirmations. There's a great book called Actually I Can, #Actually I Can, and we bought it for many of our leaders this year. And I laugh because one of my leaders is mad that I didn't get her a copy of the book, so we're going to work on that. But it's called, and it's about how to write an affirmation, how to do affirmations. So I'm going to quickly read some of mine. And I read these every day, and I like to go outside and read these because I feel like, I'm communicating with the universe, and I'm sending the universe a message about who I am. And so, if I'm sitting there just reading it is one thing, but if I get out to the universe and I look this way and I look that way, and I'm just like, here I am. Deal with me. I am powerful. I am successful at everything that I do. I am living in total prosperity. I am active, fit, healthy, and attractive. I am divinely guided in all that I do. I am wealthy, abundant, and prosperous. I am worthy of love and respect. I am worthy of a great life. I am funny and have great delivery and timing. I'm a giving person that loves to make a positive difference in the lives of others. I'm a dreamer. I'm laser focused and accomplish my goals. I'm a writer and love engaging my audiences. I'm a compassionate friend. I'm excited about life and get the most out of every day. I am who I am, and I love it. I love and accept myself unconditionally now and forever. And how do you think I feel after I do that? I feel great. And I'm telling you, doing those 4 things to start off the day is way different than the rest of society does, right? John and James both reference the worst day to start off your day, or maybe just James, is to check any electronic device. And so part 2 of this challenge for the next 31 days is to put your cell phone in a place where it's not by your bed, right? So charge it somewhere else. If you use it as your clock, get yourself an alarm clock so you don't have to look at your phone. And don't look at your phone or check your email or go on your computer, any Facebook or anything, TV or radio. No outside communication from the world until you do this. And if you get it down, it probably takes you about 20-25 minutes. And then it's sort of like a relief. It's like, oh, great, I get to check my Facebook. But you know what? That initial buzz that I used to get from checking my Facebook and looking at my email, it's not the same anymore because I'm already up here. So I don't even really want to check my Facebook or anything like that. So those are the first 4 things that I do. Sometimes number 5 is to listen to 15 minutes of an audio. Sometimes I do that in the background. I don't think it's so important that you sit there and take notes, but just have it on in the background. You know, getting ready this morning, I had Jim Rohn on while I'm getting ready, and you just feel a little bit better. You know, and once in a while, a good idea pops into your head. And then number 6 is to read 10 pages of a good book every day. And you can spread that out, and it doesn't take an hour and a half to get these things done every single day. So if you're committed to doing this over the next 31 days, I can promise you it's going to greatly enhance, if not change, the quality of your life. So if you're willing to do that, please raise your right hand and say "I" and say your name. Say your name. That's a weird name. Agree that I will start off every day.
Agree I will start off every day.
By writing 10 or 15 goals.
By writing goals.
Writing down what I'm grateful for.
Writing down what I'm grateful for.
Writing down what I did in the last 24 hours to be successful.
Writing what I did.
Doing my affirmations. Reading 10
affirmations.
pages. And listening to 15 minutes of something positive. Great. I'll take you for your word. Awesome. Thank you. And I tell you, I get the greatest emails, the most emotional emails from people, especially people that don't normally do personal development, that say, you know what, you were in Chicago last week, you were in LA a couple months ago, and I've been doing that goal setting. I had a woman last year that gives me credit, even though she did the work, but gives me credit for helping her quit smoking because she wrote it every day. And finally, she just got tired of writing it, and she goes, today's the day. And nothing makes me feel better than someone changing their life, and if I had this much to do with it, it's a wonderful thing. So I'm going to go over some things really quickly to help you have the best 2 months that you can, but really to launch your 90 days. And a lot of these things are going to be, I wouldn't say repetitive, but I would say myself and Don Thompson and John and James had a lot of the same messages that this time of the year, and it's you got to take personal responsibility for your life, you got to have goals, and you got to take action. Okay? So number 1 was really, what are your top 5 Legal Shield goals? 2 is commit to the process. Commitment is doing the thing you said you would do long after the feeling or spirit that you said it with is gone. I don't know about you, but about 30 minutes in the day when Lisa Schiller and John Hoffman were doing the business op meeting, I was jacked again. You know, I'm like a sucker for an event. I'm somebody that any event I ever go to, however good or bad it is, I walk out of there and I'm excited, right? And it's one thing to be excited now, but Monday morning comes, and Tuesday morning comes, and Wednesday morning comes, and it's up to you to start developing those habits and commit to the process where you don't have to have the same kind of results as you did last year. That's why I'm putting the Alpo dog food up, because I'm making pretty good money. You know, whether we make an extra $5,000 this month or we lose $10,000 this month, our life is pretty much the same, right? But this makes my life not the same, right? Believe me, I'll turn off the TV, right? I'll skip the game. I'll do whatever I got to do if I have Alpo dog food on the line. Number 3, your mindset, and I talked a little bit about this. I'm gonna go through this one quickly, but you're having that right kind of that winner's mindset, that positive mindset, and by doing these 6 steps every day, I certainly believe that will help that. Number 4, having daily habits that are going to serve you. Having daily habits that are going to serve you. Now, I'll tell you one daily and weekly habits. One great story is. When we came up in the business, the 2 a day and the long distance package a week were something that, John, you remember, we used to drill in and drill in and drill in. John and I have been working together for 20 plus years now. And I was always someone that I just didn't send out a long distance package. Mondays, that's what I did, right? We joined Legal Shield. There was a guy in my first company that didn't come over. He's down in Florida, a guy named Jay. I called up Jay, and Jay says, you know what, I'm not interested. In Florida, you need a license. I'm not interested. I said, Jay, I already sent the video yesterday. The least you could do is watch it. And he said, well, I'm not interested. I went down there 2 weeks later. I followed up with him. I told you I wasn't interested. Maybe I followed up one more time. Maybe I did. A couple months later, he calls me back. He goes, I got a guy across the state named Emmett. And Emmett's pretty excited. He's already decided he thinks he wants to join Legal Shield. He's sort of looking for someone to sign up with. He's been in the industry. I said, great. And I wound up recruiting this guy through Jay. Jay didn't sign up. Emmett signed up. Emmett signed up his buddy, his business partner, and Dave, who lived in Phoenix, right? Well, these guys were out there doing seminars. Kathy, you might remember this. They were doing pretty well, and Dave wound up actually becoming the Recruiter of the Year back in 1999 and stuff like that. It was great, but I knew it was sort of an unduplicatable business model, but whatever. And one day, a guy named Mark McDonald's walks into one of his seminars. Mark says, what's the best thing I could do? I said, 2 weeks, we're going to be in Oklahoma City for the convention. Be there. I didn't remember who he was, quite frankly. On Sunday, he shows up and he's like, I'm here. I'm like, who are you? Because you told me to come. I was like, hey, good to see you, you know? And about a year or two goes by. He's having a cookout in his backyard, and there's this English guy over there, and he's smoking cigarettes in the back, and he's giving me a dirty look. I'm like, who's this guy? His name was Steve Baker. You guys know Steve Baker, right? And Steve's one of my best friends today, but a couple years ago, he was the #1 producer in the entire company. If I had not been committed to the daily practice of doing my 2 a day, and the weekly, and the follow-up, and just being in the game doing it, I wouldn't have got Emmett, who got Dave, who got Mark, who eventually got Steve. So that's my long-distance prospecting story. Yep. Thank you. Thank you. Number five. Maybe the most important lesson I've learned since I've been in the industry is the 5 people that you spend the most amount of time with, you're going to become alike. Law of associations. Guys, especially right now. Like, if I have to recruit 10 people or eat alpo, how many agree? I don't have time to hang out with negative people. I certainly don't have time to hang out with people that aren't signing up, right? I have time to hang out with people that inspire me and prospects. Those are the 2 groups of people that I have time to hang out with, right? Number 6, take inventory. You know, I think taking inventory is such a fun thing to do. Picking up the phone and talking to somebody on your team and saying, hey, Kathy, I just want to wish you a happy new year. Congratulations on the great year you had. What's some of your goals this year? And in taking inventory, I'm going to tell her what my goal is. Hey, I'm going for 10. Are you going for your 10? And working with your team, okay? There's a very fine line between coaching people and pushing people, okay? So the longer that you do this, you sort of use your intuition a little bit. But here's how you know. If your people are still following you, you're probably coaching them. If they don't call you back and they don't like to be around you, you're probably pushing them. Fair? Hope I didn't step on any toes there. Number 7, develop culture. My partners Mike and Kim are in California right now speaking at a similar kind of event, and really Kim is a master at this. So is my brother Mike. My brother Mike, he treats everybody from a brand new associate to Mr. Stonecipher. We always treat Mr. Stonecipher with respect, but my point is he treats everybody absolutely the same with respect, and that's important. One of the things Kim has gotten great at over the years is helping us orchestrate fun events, team events. Right now, after this, the Melia team, we're going over to a restaurant, then we're coming back, and we're actually going to have, everybody's invited, we're going to have the not-so-newlywed game on stage here tonight. How many are planning on coming to that? When you find out who the 4 couples are, you're going to have more hands up, all right? Would it be fun if we asked slightly embarrassing questions to Jim and Jackie Hartman? Would that be fun? How about if we put John and Lisa Schiller on the spot? Would that be cute? How about if we got to find out some secrets about Brad and Moira Roberts? Would that be awesome? How about if we put Carlos and Sheila Bird up here? Yeah. How many more people are coming tonight? Okay, good. I promise you, if you've never been in one of these, it's going to be hilarious, okay? But that's a culture thing, right? Brad, have you ever been to one of these? But the team talks about it. We've done 4 or 5 of these over the years, and he was so excited just to come, let alone be on the panel. And people remember emotional stuff more than they ever remember training. Okay?
How about the dating game next year?
The dating game. We can do that later tonight. What's your room number, Cliff? And it's going to be PG friendly. It's going to be, I know many of you are in Cancun, and I apologize for some of our comedians. Anyway, anywho, number 8, moving right along. Number 7, develop culture. Number 8, we got to think big. We got to think big. I had the good fortune to go to a network marketing a seminar about a month or 2 ago. And I tell you, there were 16,000 people there, and I felt like a small fish in a big pond. There was a kid up on stage making over $1 million a year. He's 28 years old, and his knees were shaking the whole time he was up there. 28 years old. Paid off his first house, right? After 2 years, with the money he made through network marketing, bought his second house in cash, all before the age of 28. And what it said to me is, man, I got to get hungrier again. I got to think bigger. You know, just because you're a big star in Legal Shield or a big star in your local market doesn't mean you are even close to living up to the potential that we were all given. Fair? And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Number 8, think bigger. Number 9, let it go and go grow. Let it go and go grow. How many people can think of somebody in their life right now that you aren't talking to or that you have a grudge with? Okay? What I want you to do is I want everybody to silently commit to themselves that over the next 48 to the next 72 hours, you're going to pick up the phone and you're going to call somebody on this list, and the call's going to go something like this. You don't necessarily have to apologize. Well, call goes something like this. Hey, John, and the person's going to be very shocked that you're calling them, first of all, if they answer. John, it's Steve Melia.
Hey, Steve.
John, let me just first start off by apologizing for the way that things ended. I'm not proud of how I handled myself, and if I had to do it differently, I certainly would have. And I wanted to let you know that, again, I apologize how things went down, and I just wanted to clear the air and let you know that. Right?
Thanks so much for the call.
Yeah, good. And who knows where it's going to go? Who knows where it's going to go? I called up a young lady that I hadn't talked to in a few years, and we sort of had a grudge going, if you want to will. And you know what she did at the very end of the conversation? She said, Steve, my Legal Shield membership has lapsed. Would you reinstate me? Thank you, God, right? I don't sell a lot of memberships, so that was a big deal for me. No, really. But I'm going to tell you, you would feel so great when you do that, right? And it could be somebody from when you were a little kid or just whatever. But you're not, and who read J.C. Watt's book? That's really where I got that idea. He talked about in that book, you're not doing it for them, you're doing it for you. You're doing it for you can let it go and go grow. So I challenge you to do that. And text me, Facebook me, let me know next time you see me that you did it, and I'd love to hear that. That's number 9, let it go and go grow. Number 10, we're in the events business. Master the events business. Master the events business. People make big decisions at big events. People make big decisions at big events. Master the events business. The Canadians, I tell you, I have so much respect for them for not making excuses for... How many people are from Canada? Just by... I met Rob McKenzie and Daryl Campbell. Where's Daryl? I met Daryl Campbell in Chicago, Illinois, 1994? No, not about 96. 96, 97, 20 years ago. And we found out they were on our team. We met them. Hey, we started a relationship from there, and now... they're doing great things. We appreciate it. We're in the event business. The biggest piece of advice that I've ever been given about the events business, it's a simple thing, but this business is simple. It's real simple. In our very first company, we're doing pretty well. And we got a call from the CEO of the company. He said, all you guys got to keep doing is bring more people to our next big event. And we're like writing down furiously. He's like, what do you say? Bring more. My brother's like, bring more people to the next event. Then we had it this one. I was like, okay, I think we got it. And we had maybe 20 at that one. We're like, we'll have 25. And I'm telling you, 20-something years later, here we are, still doing the same things. The events business. Number 11. You want to take all those things. You want to take your events, and you want to take your daily disciplines, and you want to take the inventory, your team goal, and at that point, sort of formulate a game plan. Like, I got 7 weeks now to recruit 10 people. That ain't happening by accident. Part of the game plan right now is that when people ask me to go speak somewhere, I go, my schedule's full in January and February. I can't add anything else to the schedule unless I got a chance to recruit somebody there, right? Right, Alpo. 12. Game plan, have a game plan. Have a game plan. Number 12, proclaim it. How many agree I've just proclaimed my Alpo challenge to everybody? Why did I do it? So I don't back out. That's the main reason I did it. I proclaimed it, so there's no other choice for me. Okay? And the pain of eating Alpo is greater than the pain of calling a prospect. Yeah, let's go like this. Okay? 12 is proclaim it. That means write it everywhere. If you're really going for the $100,000 ring, you should have it on your phone. It should be the first thing that pops up on your phone. Right? You should have it in your rear view mirror. You should have it, not to tell you what you should do, but these are good ideas. Have it in, when you open up your cabinets in your house, it should be right up there. Put your main goals up there. Proclaim it. And then number 13, Kathy, close your ears. Work your ASS off. Work your butt off. Work your tail off. I think one of the things that I respect about the home office, and I think that they respect about our family and many of our leaders, is that we work hard. We don't always work hard, but when we work, we really work hard. And when you work, and one of the reasons that I don't mind working hard, and it's fun to work hard, because I know the rewards on the other side of it. I know what's available. I know the freedom and the lifestyle that this company in network marketing can certainly provide. And then, just at the very end is have some sort of a celebration. Right now, what I'm going to plan is on February 28th, when all's said and done, I am going to celebrate my 10 new recruits. I'm going to invite them all over to my house and anybody else that wants to come. But you have to plan out your party in advance. So whatever your goal is, have your party planned out in advance. And so that is absolutely my time. I love you guys. I appreciate how kind you are to me and my family. If anybody wants a copy